रिस्ट्रिक्शन डाइजेशन परफॉर्म करते हुए कुछ प्रॉब्लम्स का सामना भी करना पड़ सकता है, और उस प्रॉब्लम के नतीजे में एट द एंड ऑफ द इलेक्ट्रोफोरेसिस और सदर्न ब्लॉटिंग वी कैन हैव अ फीलिंग दैट nothing is there on the gel or nothing is observed on the membrane. So we should keep some points in mind while performing the restriction digestion, ताकि किसी किस्म का जो है पॉइंट ऐसा ना रह जाए जिसकी वजह से जो डीएनए है उसकी प्रॉपर डाइजेशन ना हो, और अगर प्रॉपर डाइजेशन नहीं होगी तो आगे हमारा जो इतना भी प्रोसेस है दैट इज़ नॉट गोइंग टू बी 100% फ्रूटफुल फॉर द रिजल्ट्स. The first problem which can come is uneven digestion of the DNA sample because of local concentrations. अब होता क्या है, sometimes that DNA can be found in clumps in the solution, in the tube, and the enzyme don't have access to all the DNA molecule, all the sequence of the DNA. So ultimately the digestion will be done only from the superficial surface of the clump, and main body of that DNA will remain undigested. So these aggregates should not be there. To avoid these aggregates or this kind of problem, we must ensure that the DNA is suspended, is in non-aggregate form in the solution. For that purpose, the first point which we should keep in mind that the volume of the reaction mixture should be 45 microliter if possible. It should be around 45 microliter. It can be 50 microliter or 40 microliter. And while proceeding further for restriction digestion, it is recommended that after addition of the restriction enzyme buffer in the DNA sample, incubate this mixture at 4 degrees centigrade for several hours. This buffer is going to make a homogeneous mixture of the DNA, so as when in the next step we add the enzyme, this enzyme will have access to all the DNA evenly. While during the incubation period, it is recommended to stir the DNA sample off and on using a sealed glass capillary that will make the suspension or the DNA homogeneously distributed in this solution. After the incubation at 4 degrees centigrade, now this is the time to add the restriction enzyme. Once you add the restriction enzyme, gently stir the solution for 2 to 3 minutes at 4 degrees centigrade, and then incubate it at required appropriate temperature for digestion. So this stirring step will cause homogeneous mixing of the enzyme into the DNA solution. If we don't do it, then enzyme may not be evenly distributed in the solution and will not have access to all the DNA molecule present in the solution. After the digestion for 15 to 30 minutes, another aliquot of enzyme is added so as to get maximum efficiency of enzyme and to get the digestion to the maximum level. Once the enzyme is added, the tube containing the DNA buffer and the enzyme should be incubated at appropriate temperature for 8 to 12 hours so that the digestion can be completed and we can have the sample for further processing through the gel electrophoresis. So we are not sure when we are using only our required DNA or the DNA under study with the digestion process, whether there is a problem with the enzyme, whether there is a problem with the DNA. So we should in parallel run a control reaction. The control reaction normally contains the plasmid DNA, or variable concentrations of plasmid DNA, and those plasmid DNA has the sequence which is complementary to the probe DNA. And when we expose that plasmid DNA with the same restriction enzyme, that restriction enzyme is going to work. And if the plasmid DNA gets digested by the enzyme, it means our reaction has gone correctly and accurately. For that purpose, the plasmid should be taken in variable concentration very minute concentration, 10 raised power minus 6, minus 5, minus 7 microgram would be sufficient enough. And this cleavage of the plasmid can be recorded by staining the gel through ethidium bromide or cyber gold, and later on by taking a photograph. Once this digestion is complete, we did the gel electrophoresis, we may not be able to see any fragment of the plasmid except the one which can be attached, which can be bound to the probe DNA. So if we see the plasmid has disappeared, only small fragments of the DNA are there which is complementary to the probe, that indicates the efficient digestion of the DNA. So our DNA of interest or DNA which is under study is also digested properly and can be taken further for Southern blotting.